Hello people and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a weekly sales video. So it's going to be all the sales that I made last week. Going to go through it all. I'm doing this video because somebody wanted me to do a breakdown of all the profit and costs are. You know, when I do these videos, I potentially say, oh, I'm going to make this, I'm going to make this. And sometimes when you potentially say you're going to make these profits on certain things, you do not. And other things that I sold, which I've done videos about, which I have made absolutely nowhere near the actual profit that I thought I was going to get. So if you are new to this channel, please subscribe and like it if you do, and obviously comment down below if you are new or you want to make a comment. So then I've got my list. This is my list of all the things that I sold. I sold roughly around 30 something things. I sold quite a few bundles because if you saw my last video, I bought a big group of like plates for like £6.50. Well, I've sold some of them already and I'm selling them separately. So I've sort of like added them all together, not like making, I could put them singly, but I didn't. So I'm going to go through everything. I've got one thing that I haven't packed. Well, it's right next to me here, but everything else has obviously gone. It's been shipped. It's gone. But I've got to show every picture up in the corner here of what I sold it for and what the actual item was, just in case you don't know what it is. So the first thing that I did sell was a suitcase, and it is here now. I sold this suitcase. I didn't get it on film. I bought this last week, and it's a big, huge, as you can see, massive suitcase. I actually bought two of these last week. One cost £8. This is the £8 one. The other one is in the other room, and that's £10. It's a bit bigger than this. And I sold one over the weekend. So yeah, sold it for 40 quid. And yeah, I made £22 profit after fees and everything. The next item I sold was a Crash Bandicoot Xbox game. Saw this in one of my favourite treasure shops. I bought it for £1 with a Mega Drive like classics game. Bought them both £1 each. Sold that for £9.89. So obviously fees and that, but I'm not going to tell you all the fees. I'm going to do that at the end, or I'll be here all day. So I knew I was going to make a tenner off them. I always sell them for a tenner, you know, and that is when you should really buy games. You know, not worth it unless you can get them for £1 or under. And most games don't sell like this because obviously this was a newer game. So yeah. Next, I've sold a camera, the camcorder. Stupid name. Yeah, I got a bundle of these. But I can't remember how much I bought them for. I bought quite a few, but I obviously divided them by the price, and they worked out to about £1.25 each. Some worked, some didn't. Most of them did work. But I sold that one for £14.99 because it did work. It's like one of them old-fashioned camcorders. Obviously, the pictures, yeah, it's up there. Next is one of the videos I did. So if you haven't watched that video, go and watch it. It's about my vintage BMX scooter I found, which there was none around. I've never seen one of them before. You know, I've seen other ones, but not that make. I had loads of trouble trying to sell this. It's one of them niche things where you just can't sell it to just anybody. It has to be somebody who wants that or wants to collect that sort of thing, and I just couldn't sell it. I had it on auction because I didn't know the price for £250. Then I lowered it after 7 days to £150, and then I eventually I lowered it down to £50. I went, you know what, as long as I make some profit, I don't care, because I just didn't want it around. It's quite big, and obviously I haven't cleaned the shed out yet, so yeah, the house is getting full up of all junk basically. So I just wanted to get it sold, and it did sell. It sold for £52. So I bought it for £15. So you know, I made a bit of profit on it, not as much as I wanted to, and that's the thing. Just because you see something that is selling for £100, £200 and you may buy it for a couple of quid, doesn't mean it's necessarily going to sell for that. It might be very rare or very niche where Not many people will be looking for that. If there's lots sold, then you got a good chance of selling it for that price you want. But if there's only a few, which like this scooter was, it's going to be with you for a long time if you want to stick out for a good price, and then you still might not sell it. I am a bit gutted because I know it is worth more, but in the end of the day, I'm here to make money, and I don't want to just hoard loads of stuff, and just trying to keep maximum profit off everything, because I'll end up not making no money. I'll just end up spending more money, and then I'll have loads of stuff, and then it'll get to the stage where I'll just have to sell it off quicker and lower the prices anyway. So what's the point? Next, I found a little nice Hoover from Zanussi. It was in one of my favourite charity shops in my local area, and I bought it for £12.50. I thought it must be worth more than that. Checked up, they've been brand new. They're selling for £70. So I thought I could get at least, I would say, about double my money, or maybe a bit more. And I eventually sold it for £35. So I did well on that. Obviously I didn't make £35 because obviously take off what I paid for it. But like I say, you don't make everything unless you get something for free. You're not going to make the 100% profit, But I made a double my profit, so I'm all right with that. Next is another suitcase that I got when I got my Katie the Carrot, and I got it before I got the suitcase. That suitcase, what I got for £3, I have sold it, and I sold it for £40. If you're thinking about reselling suitcases, hard shell suitcases, Colton are a good make, and Samsonite are a good make. These will sell. They're worth about £200-300 when they're brand new. So people don't really care if they're a bit bashed. And I mean, every suitcase I've had are bashed. So, they're all scratches, but it's a suitcase. If you're not bothered about being in the fashion parade, a suitcase is a suitcase. It's going to get bashed. What's the point in spending a couple of £100 on a suitcase, then take it outboard? It's going to get scratched, and it's going to look like the suitcase I've got now. So you might as well just buy my suitcase. Yeah. So I made a good profit on that. Then I got a Ralph Lauren polo cricket jumper. Really nice, really nice. It was £15, but I sold it for £60. So I got a really good profit margin on that. Then I sold a couple of cameras. One was a Polaroid digital camera, which I bought for £1. I sold it for £5.99. Nothing special. But with little items, you do sort of make your profit margins better, because obviously eBay feels are smaller. The Kodak one, after that, I bought for £1.50, but I sold it for £12.50 because it's a bit more rarer. Cameras are weird. Some cameras are worth a lot and they don't look much, and then other cameras which are better are worth less. Very weird. I don't get it. Then I sold another camera called a Pentax Zoom 70. Got that for £2. This is all in these bundles. When I buy cameras, I'll just see a load of cameras and I don't care if they work or not. As long as they're not absolutely bashed, I'll buy them and I'll give them. I'll say, right, if there's 5 cameras there, I'll give you 10 quid. £2 each, because some of them were maybe not worth much. Some might be. I'm not going to go and check them out while I'm out. Yeah, but I made. Where is it? I made £9 after post and package on that one. Then I had my sale on the Amstrad Notepad. This is in my last video, and like I said, they sell good. Sold it literally in a matter of days, and this one was broke. If you had one that's not broke, I mean, if you know your tech and you can fix stuff like that, you're looking about £70. Yeah, I bought it for £2, but broken, you're looking about £20 to £25. I sold it for £20, and it's going to Australia, so God knows when he'll get it. Next is my best sale so far since I've been doing reselling, and that's because I sold a pair of Adidas Yeezys. They were tricky to sell because there's a lot of fakes out there. These wasn't fakes, but there's no box. People collect them. People want the box. If I had the box, I could have sold them for about 150 to 300 quid, depending on condition. But I sold them for £70, and yeah, I made a £49 profit off them. I bought them for £15. Yeah, some Yeezys for 15 quid, and a size 6. So they're that size where a teenager, it'd be good for a teenager. That I probably would have got more if there was a size 8, 9, 10. Next, I sold one of my Nerf guns. I bought a massive bundle of Nerf guns for like 15, 20 quid. Loads. Sold the best ones already. So every Nerf gun after this is in profit. I made 55p off it. I sold it for a £5. Right? But I'm probably like 40 quid into it, up already. So these guns are like ones that are worth nothing. So I'm probably going to just bunch them all together now and just bundle them to get a bit of profit, because when you're selling stuff for £5 and then you take off eBay fees, you're not, and obviously you post and packaging, you're making a couple of quid, and sometimes it's not even worth it. Like one of the things I've got on here, which is actually a minus. Yeah. Next, I sold a Tachi and a Kodak Easy Share, which was broke. He bought them both. The both was worth in a bundle, so there's both worth about £125 each. Sold them for £16 together. So they were all right. That is obviously a great profit. Next, I bought a George Foreman grill, but this is a vintage one. This is one of the first ever ones. A double grill as well. I am pretty gutted that I sold it for the price I did, because I knew I could have got more. But somebody from America bought it, and I bought it. He knocked me down to 40 quid. I thought, 40 quid. I bought it for a £5. Thought that's fine. Went to send it off, and then found out that shipping to America for this grill, because it was heavy, was going to cost £65. The postage I put on it already was 30. So this is the thing about eBay. When they take fees off everything. So what you sold the item for and whatever your post and packaging. So I sold this item for 40 quid and then £65 for posting and packaging. So it went over £100. So they take off like fees and everything, and you don't really make as much profit as you did. I mean, if I'd have sold this like to you, in the street or on a car boot, I would have made 35 quid. But I ended up only making 17 quid, which in a way, for the what hassle it is, it wasn't really worth it, getting all that shipping and all that. I don't know why he wants it, but maybe it is rare, I don't know. And then I sold a thing that I had, which I hadn't put on for a while, I don't know why. I bought it in a little bundle with a mini system. Ages ago I sold that, but I never put this on because it was just stuck in the back and I just forgot about it. It was worth £2. I bought it for £2. I sold it for 15 quid. Made 11 quid profit off that. So, and it's a good one, but it had a big scratch on it, so I reduced the price a bit. But yeah, 11 quid off 2 quid. I went to auction the first time and I bought a load of stuff. I paid £34 for all this stuff. I haven't sold it all, but I've broke even on what I've paid for it now. So anything I do sell will be profit, but it's a lot of rubbish, I would say, except for a couple of things. I haven't sold the thing I bought it for, which was the Fantasia book. But it was my first auction and I just wanted to buy something. I sold this magnifying glass for £2. But after post and packaging, it comes out at a minus £1. So I lost money off that. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, is when you're selling stuff for like nothing, you don't make nothing. You know what I mean? So when you see all these people selling stuff for 99p, which, by the way, while we're here, I am getting rid of lots of my old stock, stuff that I can't sell, or it's not worth much. I've all got it on auction at the moment. It finishes on Saturday. A lot of things, about 100 items, are starting from 99p. So go to my link in the description, and if you like the look of anything, obviously have a bid. You might get it for 99p. Some are a little bit more, where I just want my money back off them, basically. So if anything sells for £1, I get my money back, and I can spend it on something that I'm gonna make more money out of. I've got toys, I've got vintage stuff, I've got also ceramics. So if you are interested in anything, go and have a look. I've got plenty of stuff in there, and let me know. I might do you a deal. I might take it off the auction site and sell it to you privately, and then cut out the middleman, and then we don't have to bother with fees. So the next items that I sold, I'm putting all these together, even though it's two separate people who bought them. I sold a load of kiln craft pottery mugs and cups, and that big massive bundle that I bought. As you can see, I sold a lot. I sold on one person, I sold 6 plates, and I sold the broken stuff. He bought the broken stuff, which was chipped and that. Yeah. And then somebody else bought a sugar jug, a normal bowl, jug, and another bowl. It all came up to £47 in profit. But everything I worked out of, so I divided everything, and every item is worth 9p. So, yeah, £1.44 it cost for that stuff, what I sold there. And I made a profit of £47.41. Absolutely brilliant. And I've still got loads of it left. I'm going to make, like I said, in my video, I think I'm going to make at least a couple of £100 in profit after it's all sold, if I can sell it all. When it comes down to the last bits, I might even just put it all together and then just get rid of it. Next, I sold my Mrs. Katie the Carrot. Yes, she's gone already. We got divorced, and yeah, she just wasn't pulling her weight. So I got rid of her for £23. I bought her for £1, so I made a great profit. Probably would make more for it if it was around Christmas, but it's a long time till Christmas. So yeah, if you see any of the Aldi carrots, any of them, get them, because you will always get your money back. I'm going to start trying to get off plush stuff, unless it is collectible ones like that, like John Lewis. I've still got a John Lewis one. It got the dragon, so anybody wants it, where my shop is. Next, I sold a Bumblebee Transformers. I absolutely love this. It was a pain, because Transformers are so hard to actually transform. They're not easy. I mean, I bought it. It was £4. I bought it for £4 because they were selling on eBay for £30. I didn't know if I was going to get £30, but I ended up selling it for £21. So I made a £17 profit. So I made a good profit out of it. Yeah, and it's a really nice toy. It is a really nice toy. Next, I sold a bit of gear, a bit of clothing, and it was a G-Star coat. If you don't know what G-Star is, it was massive back in the day, where about 15 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, I used to have so much G-Star. So everybody, G-Star was the name. It was around the time when G-Star, and then you have SUK, clothing, stuff like that. And yeah, I bought this coat. It was £8.50. And I thought it's got to be worth about 40-50 quid, and they were selling it for about 70 quid. I lowered the price because I don't want to hold on to stuff, so I reduced it. Somebody offered me £35 for it. I went, yep, you can. Made a £22 profit. And finally, my last sale was a Bambi plush toy. Bought it for £1, sold it on Vinted for £4. So I made a £3 profit. So that was the whole of my sales. Like I said, it's over 30 something sales. Yeah, for me that is good. I'm only new, but for me that is very good. Weekends don't seem to work with me. I didn't have much sales on the weekend, but on the Monday, most of these, it must have been about 10 or 15 sales on Monday. It was crazy. They were just popping out. But I'm going to tell you now what I paid for all these items, and then obviously the profit and the actual sale. To buy all these items, it cost me £108, which is quite a lot, because obviously some of the items, the clothing, were more expensive. I sold all this for £583.12. That's before post and packaging and fees. A lot of this is for eBay, so obviously I deduct all the fees and post and packaging, and I made £394.55, roughly thereabouts, maybe thereabouts, yeah. But yeah, quite a good. That didn't work, did it? That's better. I won't find that ever again now. But yeah, almost 400 quid in a week. And to me, that is good. I always look on what you did as a job before. If you earn more than that a week, then stay at your job. If you earn less than that a week in a job, then, well, there you go. Obviously, you need some money to do this to start off with. You can't just have no money and then try and do reselling, because you need money to buy the stock in first. Like any self-employed business, you need to buy the stock or the tools or whatever. But yeah, 400 quid almost in a week. I've also just sold a few more. I haven't been out this week as well. It is Monday, so this video will be coming to you tomorrow, Tuesday. But yeah, I've got a lot of nice stuff still to sell, but like I say, it's one of them things. But I actually am quite happy with that. I mean, some people who resell make a lot more than me, but like I said, they've been doing it for years and years, and it all depends on where you live as well. I mean, I'm going to take a trip up north soon, because they seem to get everything for nothing. I suppose wherever you live, you know, there might be less places to buy stuff than others. But just go, if you are thinking about it, just go around your local charity shops. You still can make some money, you know. There's always a bargain, you know, but just don't buy stuff that's pointless. You know, don't buy something, oh, I can make a quid off it, because you won't. You know, don't buy stuff. You need to make stuff that you're definitely going to double your money or triple your money, because after fees, you know, it'd be more like double money. So, you know, that's all you need to do. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, obviously hit that thumbs up. And remember, if you are new to this channel, hit the subscribe button and comment down, because I want to know who you are. Anyway, I'll see you again in the next video.